Roblox is by far the biggest game on earth, and today I'm going to show you how to create your own game on Roblox. Even if you never coded before, I'm gonna show you step by step how to create a game on Roblox, because Roblox games average millions of visits every day and millions of active players, and it has more players than any other game on earth. So today, step by step, I'm gonna teach you how to create a Roblox game yourself. And also, sorry for not uploading in a while. I am gonna start uploading every 10 days to 2 weeks once again. So yeah, just so you know. And without any more waiting, let's start with the video. Alright, maybe you already have Roblox downloaded, maybe you don't, but here's how to download it, because to create games in Roblox, you also need to have Roblox downloaded, even though we're gonna use Roblox Studio. So here, you can go here on this Roblox site and go here, download Roblox. You can download it here for Windows, and you'll get this file that is used to install the app. I already have it installed, but if you don't, just install it. And also, when you install Roblox, you should get Roblox Studio here. But if you don't have it, just download it separately in the same way you did for the normal Roblox app. Just search Roblox Studio, download, and here is where you create Roblox games. Okay, and now just go here and click new experience, and okay, so let's simply start. We can select this part. As you see, this is where we spawn, and we can just move it a bit down. It's kind of ugly, so I don't want it to be visible like that. Okay, and we can here click part to create a new part. Of course, this video is gonna include scripting, but a bit later on. And we can go here to scale and scale it, of course. So this is some basic stuff with building here. It's really cool. You can do a lot of cool stuff. So we need to make it a bit bigger size than this spawn point. So because you always spawn on a random point on that spawn square. Okay, let's test it out. Okay, we spawned. That's good, but this part is not anchored. As you see, I can move it a bit here. So how do we anchor it so it cannot move anymore? We anchor it like this. So we're creating a simple parkour game, and this is gonna be one of these obstacles. It's not any kind of obstacle. You actually jump from it. Okay, we can go here also, add a color to it. I think this sign is good. Yes. Okay, now what we can do is copy this by clicking Ctrl D, and now move it over here. So this is the copy of this part. It's also anchored already. Let's see if this jump is possible. Okay, it's behind us, so I just wanna move it to the opposite direction. Nice. Okay, this looks really better when we just spawn here. We can move it a bit further and start expanding the map. It's not gonna be that big of a map. We're gonna more focus on scripting. So yeah. So now you're maybe wondering why we should anchor these parts. They move just a bit. That's just with these kind of parts. So if you add, for example, another part and make it some taller part, let's just run the project. It's not anchored, of course. Look what can happen. It can fall over. It's just a different type of part. So yeah, you should anchor it using this over here, as you see. I'm gonna delete this part, right click and delete, we don't need it. And you can also anchor any part using scripts. I'm gonna show you how to do it later, but I think it's easier in this way. Let me just see where was the spawn point. Okay, so this is the second one we jump on. Alright, a really cool thing about building maps in Roblox Studio is this toolbox over here. So you can click it. Nice. Okay, and here you can find some stuff. For example, I'm gonna enter stairs. This is really cool. And you can import this. So you can basically climb on this. Just when it, for example, says something like this, I'm gonna search car here. Of course, it's not gonna contain any cars. Let's see. Okay, so as you see, this includes some scripts here, and these scripts can be viruses. So don't get these parts when they have scripts, because they are not always, and usually they are not, but they can be. So this one doesn't have any scripts, so we're safe using this one, and it's really cool as well. Alright guys, so let's test this, and also this part is already anchored, so that's on the creator of those objects in toolboxes to choose. This one is already anchored. They aren't always, but I think in most situations they are. So we don't need to set anything here, and as you see, we can climb it like this, and nice, that's really good. Bring it a bit up over here. Okay, now let's quickly finish up with this course. Okay, I'll make this a classic cube, 4 by 4 by 4. Cool. I'll set the color to black. And let's, for example, create another part for the finish. I'm gonna make it color green because it kind of reminds me of a finish. Okay, I forgot to anchor this one. I'll also anchor this one right now. Scale this a bit. Okay, good. Let's just set the color to green. Okay, we're soon about to start scripting, but let me just show you what we have here, and also what are these windows over here. Okay, so this is the Explorer. This is where all our stuff is. So for example, if you click this part here, we can see that this is the part. We can add some objects inside of that part. We can also group, for example, these two parts and make a model out of them, and that's a group of these two parts, so it's going to contain these two parts. And as you see, these are all the parts here, and this all upstairs. That's nice. So all our scripts, we can click on them here, but we're also gonna have them over here. When we create one, we can create them here as well. And here's basically where we store and create most of our stuff. And now, for example, if we click on this, we can see some basic stuff here. Okay, so I already show you about color. We can have the material, which is really cool. There is wood, this plastic, metal, and everything. So nice. Okay, this is not important. And here is basically some stuff from here. Just inside here you can set this stuff, but it's really complicated, so I don't recommend it. And we also skip something really cool, this transparency, for example. So we can make it a bit more transparent here, as you see. I'm not gonna do it, but one is like totally transparent. So here's what I want to do. I want this part to create a script that this part disappears for 2 seconds and then appears for 1 second. So it's a bit harder to make to the last jump. Okay, so let's click on this part. Now right click and go here to insert object and add script. Now create a script. Okay, so don't worry, scripting isn't that hard, and I'm gonna show you how to use these scripts properly. So let's start. And I already told you that I'll show you how to anchor a part with a script or unanchor it. So first we want to create a script parent, and here's what a script parent is. Local cube equals script dot parent. So that's basically an object that this script is created on, and this local is when we create a variable. We just put it here. It's not anything important for now, and this is our variable, and it has its value. So this variable is basically the object that this script is based on, and that's the cube that's going to be disappearing and appearing. So let me show you how to unanchor it because it's already anchored. Local, I'm sorry, not local, cube dot, and here we have some functions for it, and anchored is right here. Local cube anchored equals false because it's not right now true, so it's not anchored now. But mainly without this script, it's anchored. So I just showed you how to anchor something with a script, but we aren't going to be doing that right now. We're gonna loop, and every 2 seconds we're gonna make this part disappear, and then after 1 second we're gonna make it appear, and also we cannot touch it while it's disappeared. So we're gonna use a while loop for this. Let me show you what while loops are simply. So while, I'm gonna put here true. This is basically used to run forever. While loops are gonna be more explained in another episode, so yeah, they aren't really important now. I'm sorry, I accidentally put columns here. And here we type do. And now inside here, we can enter some stuff. Okay, so I already showed you with transparent function, we can disappear something. So we can use that now. Cube.transparency equals 1. So it's totally transparent. Then we can do task dot wait. So we're gonna wait for something to happen. We're gonna wait a random amount of seconds. We're gonna enter it here. Wait 2 seconds, and then it's gonna appear, and we have 1 second. All right. I hope you understand that. Cube dot transparency equals 0. So it's not transparent anymore. And then we wait for 1 second. Okay, this looks good, and we might even run this. Let's test this out. Oh, accidentally fell. And as you see, this part disappears and then appears, but we have a problem. We can still stand on top of it when it's disappeared, so we should fix that now. Okay, let's go back to our script. So we can go a bit here over these functions, enter cube. So I think the function is called can collide. Yes, it's called can collide, and we're gonna set this to false when it's transparent, and when it's true we're gonna set it back to true. When it's not transparent, we're gonna set it back to true. Cube dot can collide equals true. Nice. Okay, let's test this simple code out. Okay, now let's try touching this cube. We cannot touch it when it disappeared, and when it appears we can of course touch it. Oh, I'm dumb. Let me try again. Wait. Okay, 2, 1. Okay, we can touch it when it appears, as you saw. So that should be a really cool parkour game. This is just a beginner tutorial for some scripting. In other tutorials we're gonna cover some more increased level scripting. That was all of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like it, and you can subscribe to get notification when a new video releases. It's releasing very soon, as I said, and we're almost at 150 subscribers, so I would appreciate it very much if you liked and subscribed. We're gonna have a few other episodes on this, and if I see you liking this type of videos with Roblox Studio now, I will start uploading a lot more of these, and Scratch tutorials and Python tutorials are also coming out soon, so make sure to subscribe to get notifications when they're released. Thank you for watching the video, and see you in the next video.